And also the ulama of this ummah have protested. Al-Imam Malik, he stopped teaching. He went to the Amir al-Mu'mineen. When Amir al-Mu'mineen, for an incident, he refused to execute a killer. A family had two boys, an older boy and a young boy. One of them killed the other because he was jealous from him. Ghila, he took him and threw him down the well. Killed him. What happened? When they went, the court decided that this boy to be killed. The parents, they said, this is our only son, we want to keep him alive, and we do not want to execute him. So the Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, he said, for you is what you asked for, and this Islamically is allowed. But Imam Malik, he was on the opinion that if you kill someone in a form of assassination, ghila, then you don't have that right. You'll get executed regardless. But Amir al-Mu'mineen insisted that this boy would live. Imam Malik, he said, I will strike and I'll stop teaching and doing my daily duties until you kill this boy who committed murder. And this is a proof from the action of ulama that to strike and to protest against something is allowed. And Al-Izz bin Abd Salam, who is in Egypt, he caused the revolution. He left Egypt because the Hakim would not listen to him. The ruler would not listen to him. He left Egypt on two donkeys. One of them, he put his books on it, and the second donkey, he put his wife and left. The minister chased him. He said, where are you going? He said, I will not get back if the ruler does not listen to me. What's the use me being there? The minister went back to the king. He said, Ya Habibi, you're going to become king on nothing. All the people are following the Izz bin Abd Salam. As you see, and the Sharia, al-wasailu laha ahkamul maqasid, as they say, the means have the same ruling as the ends. If it is a mean to uphold the truth, if it is a mean to uphold the haqq, then it is allowed to be done. So protesting, what you see it, is 100% according to the Sharia. Of course, the thieving and the stealing, that is not according to the Sharia. But protesting and to stand up for the haqq, it is 100% according to the Sharia. Now, a second point I want to talk about. Also to know, if someone says, but you're rebelling against this Islamic leader, as some would call him Islamic leader, my belief that I believe, and I will stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with it. And here in this lecture I'm representing myself, so I take responsibility for whatever I'm saying. That this Hakim, Mubarak, is a kafir, murtad an al-Islam. He's a murtad. But just argue he's a Muslim. According to those madakhila and those who sold their deen for the dunya. According to them, every single ruler is a Muslim ruler. We're just waiting for them to say Hillary Clinton is a Muslim. If one day she said by mistake, they give her a paper written on it, La ilaha illallah, she says, La ilaha illallah. Say, MashaAllah, you can't even make takfir on Hillary Clinton. If a Muslim ruler is an oppressor, and he oppressed the people, can the Muslims, if they collectively rebel against him and remove him? Let's look at the adillah from the Sharia. The first dalil, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَهُمُ الْبَغْيُ هُمْ يَنْتَصِرُونَ. And those who oppression strikes them, they revenge. That is the first dalil. Allah said in the Quran, if you are oppressed, then you can revenge. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Ash-Shura, وَلَمَنِ انْتَصَرَ بَعْدَ ظُلْمِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَا عَلَيْهِمْ مِنْ سَبِيلٍ. And the ones who revenge after they've been oppressed, there is no blame on them. What kind of oppression? The people of Egypt, in what kind of oppression they're living in. And I've got you in numbers how these people are living. In numbers. In detailed numbers. How the people are living in. Just hold your breath with me until we finish the adillah. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَقَاتِلُوا الَّتِي تَبْغِي حَتَّى تَفِيءَ إِلَىٰ أَمْرِ اللَّهِ. Fight the oppressive group. Yani if two groups, one of them is on the haqq and one of them is oppressive, fight the oppressive, the outrageous one, until they wake up and they adhere to the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another ayah that if you've been oppressed by a ruler, the Muslims, they can rebel and remove him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also said, لا ينال عهد الظالمين. My covenant, the oppressors cannot take it or cannot have it. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said here, that if someone is an oppressor and takes the ahad, the ruling, then you have to remove him even by force. Because Allah said, لا ينال عهد الظالمين. Also, many ahadith, and some of the ahadith, as Ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu said, that the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, ما من نبي بعثه الله قبل إلا كان من أمته حواريون. There is no prophet came before me except there was apostles or hawariyun around him. وَأَصْحَابٌ يَأْخُذُونَ بِسُنَّتِهِ. And companions, they follow his sunnah. وَيَقْتَدُونَ بِأَمْرِهِ. And they follow his order. ثُمَّ إِنَّهَا تَخْلُفُ مِنْ بَعْدِهِمْ خُلُوف. Then the generations come after them. يَقُولُونَ مَا لَا يَفْعَلُونَ. They say what they do not practice, or they act upon different what they tell the people to do, or their orders. فَمَنْ جَاهَدَهُمْ بِيَدِهِ فَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ. Whomever does jihad against them with his hand, he is a believer. وَمَنْ جَاهَدَهُمْ بِلِسَانِهِ فَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ. And who performs jihad against them with his tongue, he is a believer. وَمَنْ جَاهَدَهُمْ بِقَلْبِهِ فَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ. And whomever performs jihad with his heart against them, he is a mu'min. And today, they're not performing jihad against them with arms and Kalashnikov. Our brothers and sisters around the world who are rebelling against those tyrants are doing it with what? With their voice. We're standing out in the cold weather in these days. And وَلَيْسَ وَرَاءَ ذَلِكَ مِنَ الْإِيمَانِ حَبَّةُ خَرْدَلٍ. And after that in Iman, after that, if you don't even reject it with your heart, there is not even a wave atom of mustard seed in your heart. So there is no wave atom of Iman. Ibn Rajab rahimahullah, he said, وَهَذَا يَدُلُّ عَلَى جِهَادِ الْأُمَرَاءِ بِالْيَدِ. Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, he said, and this is a proof that you're allowed to do jihad against those leaders with your hand. And also, Ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu, in another hadith that the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, سَيَلِي أُمُورَكُمْ بَعْدِي رِجَالٌ يُطْفِئُونَ السُّنَّةِ. Look, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam describing what's happening today. He said, after you there will be men will lead you, they extinguish the sunnah. وَيَعْمَلُونَ بِالْبِدْعَةِ. And they act upon innovation. These people, يَعْمَلُونَ بِالْكُفْرِ. There is no type of kufr except they perform it. These people, they take the sister who becomes a Muslim and they return her to the kuffar and they lock her inside the church and she's getting tortured. What is Islam? Now, these people don't want Islam. Don't want Iman. If you want Islam, there is a type of Islam that they want. They believe in themselves, which is Islam, no Islam. And they say, khalas, Islam is, go pray 5 times a day. Are we holding you? No. You're fasting Ramadan. Are we holding you? No. You're performing the Mawlid. Are we holding you? No. Khalas, so what do you want? And here he said, وَيُؤَخِّرُونَ الصَّلَاةَ عَمَّ وَاقِيتِهَا. And they delay the salat. So they extinguish the sunnah. They implement the bid'ah and act up in the bid'ah. And they delay the salat. فَقُلْتُ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ إِنْ أَدْرَكْتُهُمْ كَيْفَ أَفْعَلْ. What do I do if I am in their times? قَالَ تَسْأَلُنِي يَا ابْنَ أُمَّ عَبْدٍ مَاذَا تَفْعَلْ. You're asking me, the son of Abd, a nickname for Ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu, Ibn Abd. You're asking me, what do you do? لا طاعة لمن عصى الله. There is no obedience to the one who disobeys Allah. These people are Muslims. The Prophet ﷺ, he mentioned 2 traits. They act up on the bid'ah and they delay the salat. Not closing the masajid, chasing the muhajjaba, as that tyrant of Tunis, where I received emails with the papers, already printed police reports. They just put the name. The policeman, he chases the woman. Her name is such and such. She lives in such and such. She's wearing a religious dress. Ta'ifi. You know what is Ta'ifi? Mean extremism and a dress that shows religious sectarianism. Yani, you are able with her dress to distinguish her Muslimah or non-Muslimah. That tyrant in Tunis, when the women were stopped from wearing the hijab, what they've done, the women, the Muslim women, some of them, they start wearing a cap. Just a normal cap, which is not considered hijab. Then they arrest her under the notion that she's wearing something could be or could lead to libas ta'ifi, a religious dress code. If you're a young man, you go to the masjid, you have to put your name down. And then they will watch you day and night. And if your light in your house after a certain hour is on, they will storm your house. Why? Because you normally go to the masjid. What are you doing up this late? He's preparing a revolution, ya habibi. What is he doing? But the fear of Islam. But I tell you, Islam is coming back. Whether they like it or not, Islam is coming back because this is the deen of Allah.